So, mid-trading session, right after locking in a $40,000 payout, and before tearing the chat apart for not understanding VWAP, Patrick just casually throws out the line. Yeah, I might have to go back to Hawaii soon. I'm suing the Honolulu Police Department. Wait, what? Everyone's sitting there thinking we're about to get a breakdown of NQ resistance levels, and instead we get Law and Order, BDH unit. And then he starts telling the story like it's no big deal. Like, oh yeah, I'm in an ongoing lawsuit with the Honolulu PD because they violated my civil rights, held me in a jail cell for 9 days without seeing a judge, fed me ramen, and tried to mentally break me with solitary confinement in what sounded like a janitor's closet. 9 days. Not jail, but a holding cell. No windows, no clocks, no books, no cellmates, just Patrick and a yoga mat and some top-shelf gourmet cuisine if you consider a cup of noodles and cold bread with jelly a balanced meal.
Now let's pause for a second here. In America, we have this little thing called due process. You get arrested, and the government's supposed to drag you in front of a judge within 48 hours. That's the rule. It's not optional. It's not when we get around to it. It's 48 hours or you're violating someone's constitutional rights. Hawaii said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and ignore that. So Patrick ends up in this cell for 9 days straight. And you can tell he's processed this trauma through one thing, trading. The man is literally describing jail conditions like he's talking through a losing setup. I had no entries, no exits. I couldn't see the time, the trend, or the light of day. Volume, 0. Emotional volatility, through the roof. He even turned toilet paper into a form of entertainment, rolling it into little balls and tossing them into the toilet like it was jail march madness.
And the cops? They were just as confused. One of the sheriff's officers literally told him, "Bro, I've never even heard of someone getting stuck in HPD for 9 days. So what was the actual charge? You ready for this? It was from a road rage incident in Florida. A guy hits Patrick with his car. Let me say that again. The man hit Patrick with his car, and then claims Patrick jumped on the hood. And look, Patrick's a lot of things. Loud, confident, probably needs decaf. But nobody believes this man is out here GTA diving onto Teslas for fun. The dude is built like a CrossFit linebacker. If anything, the car needs a lawyer for assaulting him. He even said, I'm jacked, bro. You hit me with your car. You're denting your car.
So now he's suing. Civil suit. Public information. Seeking $10 million. And you can tell he doesn't just want the money. He wants an apology. He wants someone in uniform to write, Dear Patrick, sorry we threw you in a closet for over a week, fed you prison Lunchables, ignored your constitutional rights, and mentally tortured you while you played toilet hoops with imaginary LeBron James. Sincerely, Honolulu PD. And honestly, fair. I mean, the guy was sitting there in the dark, counting how many steps it took to walk a lap around the cell. 10 steps. That was his gym. He did hundreds of laps like he was prepping for the wrongful imprisonment decathlon. And don't even get him started on hygiene. He had no deodorant, no shower, just a sink. He was washing his armpits like he was prepping for a prison date. Now fast forward, he's out. He's back. He's proved you can't cage the beast. He's trading futures like nothing happened. Dropping P&L screenshots, berating chat trolls, giving live trade lessons. And speaking of those lessons, there's someone new soaking them up.
If you've been watching BDH Live lately, you might have noticed a new legend quietly emerging behind the screens. And no, I'm not talking about Patrick's epic leaderboard run at Tradeify. I'm talking about Landon, Patrick's 12-year-old son, currently on summer break and absolutely cooking on the charts. Landon's been sitting shotgun all summer long, trading live with his dad, and the results are honestly kind of ridiculous. The kid's out here with a rock-solid win rate, usually around 70%, but he's even hit 100%. He's stacking 300-plus days on micros, while his buddies are making $20 mowing yards. He's calm, confident, calculated, and best of all, he's been fading Dakota. That's right, Patrick's long-standing nemesis over at Topstep has unknowingly become the training dummy for a middle school assassin. Dakota calls for a breakdown? Landon's already long and halfway to the pivot. It's heartwarming, really. A father passing down not just a skill, but a legacy of petty market vengeance. Patrick doesn't just teach his son to read volume and VWAP, he teaches him grudges. And just in time for Father's Day.
Honestly, watching it live feels like a rite of passage. The bond, the banter, the brutal roast of Dakota, it all reminds me of my own Saturdays with my dad. Sure, my dad wasn't trading futures contracts. He was teaching me how to shoot dice in the kitchen floor after we watched Woody Woodpecker. But it was the same thing, quality time. And that's what it's really about, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you're sitting in a porch swing, watching cartoons, playing poker, or throwing micros into the market with your 12-year-old prodigy. What matters is that you're doing something together. That's how routines become rituals, and rituals become memories. So this Father's Day, start your own little tradition. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be consistent. Because in the end, it wasn't what we did. It was that we did it every Saturday together. To all the dads, happy Father's Day. Shout out to Landon and Patrick. If you're not already tuned in, You're missing out on an epic father-son adventure that's part Wall Street, part Baja Race, and part high seas escapade. You can catch all the action live Monday through Friday at Market Open, streaming straight from the BDH. Don't miss it. Tune in to Patrick's channel and keep up with the legends in the making.
If you're picking up a new account this week, don't forget to use code FFF. It gives you the best deals with Apex, Bullinox, Legends, Take Profit, and Tradeify. You know, the usual suspects. You save money, we keep making chaos, everybody wins. Code FFF at checkout. Let's fund your future.
So picture this. Cammy Capital, the guy who practically had Topstep tattooed on his forehead, is now packing up his charts and riding off into the sunset, or at least into a less toxic corner of the internet. Let's start with the drama, because every good farewell has some. Cammy wasn't just affiliated with Topstep. He was practically married to them. Exclusive contract. No side flings with other prop firms. He put a ring on Topstep in 2023 and never looked back. You Googled Topstep, and boom, there was Cammy. Explainer videos, breakdowns, tutorials. The guy was the marketing funnel.
And it wasn't just love, it was profitable. Cammy made them millions. Behind the scenes, that little YouTube channel was generating real cash for Topstep. But then, out of nowhere, cue dramatic music, the affiliate program got cut. Now, it didn't happen all at once. First, Topstep did a little affiliate house cleaning. They booted the sketchy promoters, the ones promising Lambos in 30 days. Fine, makes sense. They shrunk the affiliate group down to about 30 handpicked people, Cammy included. He made the cut. He was one of the safe ones, the respectable ones, the ones who actually traded.
But then, Topstep pulled a disappearing act. Out of the blue, they axed the entire affiliate program. No warning, no plan, no meeting, just bye. And Cammy? He got left out in the cold. No exit strategy, no transition model. No, hey, thanks for all the revenue, mate. And look, Cammy's not here to throw mud. But behind the scenes, he's got some feelings. Because how do you go from being someone's exclusive marketing partner, someone who turned down every other firm for you, and then just ghost them?
Cammy said it best. They did me dirty. And for a guy who had been nothing but loyal, that stings. Especially when your entire affiliate income stream disappears overnight, thanks to a company that, ironically, built its brand on discipline and planning. So what did Cammy do? Well, like any trader facing an unexpected stop out, he panicked a little, fired up the content engine again, tried to hustle, daily streams, fresh videos, new partnerships. But it wasn't the same. Something felt off. He realized he wasn't doing it because he loved it. He was doing it because he was trying to replace the Topstep money, and that's when the light bulb went on.
He didn't need to be part of the content machine. He didn't want to chase clicks. And most importantly, he didn't want to build his trading identity around affiliate links and prop firm drama anymore. So Cammy pulled the plug. No more live streams, no more clickbait thumbnails, no more Topstep, no more begging people to use codes, no more pretending to care what's trending on trading Twitter. Just him, quietly trading his volume profile strategy for 30 minutes a day, then getting on with his life. Because here's the kicker. Cammy doesn't need to be an influencer. He's 28, financially free. Trading is a sliver of his day now, short, clean, and effective. He's not trying to teach the world how to get rich. He's just trading. And if there's a good lesson in a trade, he'll share it.
What you'll get now, real trades, raw recaps, no fluff, no buy my course, no desperate pushes to click an affiliate link unless you want to. Just like us here at Futures for Our Future, Cammy's still using Apex and Take Profit Trader. He's transparent about that, but he's not pushing them. He just actually uses them. And he'll tell you the truth. Apex has more rules and is better for experienced traders. Take Profit is smoother, simpler, and better for most people. That's it. No pitch, just facts. And that's where we leave Cammy Capital. No longer a Topstep mouthpiece, no longer a content machine, and definitely not another trading bro trying to get famous on social media. He's just a trader now, quietly doing his thing, and that's probably the most honest content you'll find in this space. We hate to see you go, Cammy. It's been a wild ride watching your evolution, from your early ICT days to becoming one of the most recognizable names in the game. But it's not goodbye. You can still catch Cammy's educational content over on his YouTube channel. Best wishes, buddy.
Are your trader discount codes too long? Too hard to handle? Do your codes suffer from excessive length or girth? At futuresforourfuture.com, we keep it short and satisfying. 3 letters, 1 powerful punch. Use code FFF and feel the difference. Studies show FFF is 69% more effective than those larger discount codes. Probably. It may be small, but it slaps. Again, that's FFF. It's short, strong, and always ready to perform. Now back to the show.
In a rare moment of adult civility, confirmed multimillionaire trader and educator Lance Breitstein sat down in Chicago with Michael Patak, founder and CEO of Topstep, for what started as a potential flame war and somehow turned into one of the most thoughtful conversations about funded trader programs on the internet. Lance, who openly admitted he once tried to clown on Patak via FinTwit, because, that's where all mature financial discourse happens, came into the conversation skeptical. He viewed most funded programs as cleverly disguised casinos, offering pipe dreams to underprepared traders with marketing as slick as an infomercial and rules as confusing as tax code.
Patak didn't come from a Wall Street lineage. He came from Nebraska and vending machines. After losing $90,000 of his own money trading equities, yes, you heard that right, he learned his lessons the hard way. The traditional route, expensive, brutal, often irreversible. His turnaround began when he joined a Chicago prop firm that forced him to trade on sim, one lot at a time with strict risk controls. Earn a $300 average daily profit without losing more than $300 on any given day, or start over. No exceptions, no whining. Just rinse and repeat until you learn how not to blow yourself up. And here's the kicker. This method, the strict one-to-one reward-to-risk grind, is actually standard at most serious prop firms. It's how they separate gamblers from actual traders. But strangely, you almost never hear it mentioned on Topstep TV. Why? Probably because if the Topstep TV coaches had to follow that rule, they'd never make it past round one.
And let's be honest, if you've ever watched Patak trading on Topstep TV, you'd know he couldn't thrive in that system either. So, in 2009, he launched Topstep, the world's first remote sim-to-funded futures trading program. It started as Patak Trading Partners, basically a scouting agency for traders who had more grit than capital. Over time, it evolved into Topstep, named after the actual top step of the Chicago trading pits, where only the best traders stood. The rest? They were literally and figuratively beneath them. The idea? Give aspiring traders a structured way to prove they can trade, without letting them torch their kids' college fund in the process. Patak's core belief is that most people can't afford to learn to trade the traditional way. They'll either blow up their capital or get stuck in the sim twilight zone forever. Funded trading bridges that gap with structure, accountability, and most importantly, a chance. And the stats back it up. 14% of traders pass the combine on their first attempt. 48% eventually pass, if they stick with it for a full year. Of those who get funded, only 10% receive a payout. And just 10% of those take payouts consistently. Each week, Topstep issues payouts to 5,000 traders, averaging $2,500 per payout.
Lance, still wearing his skeptic hat, pressed Patak on the darker side of the industry. He brought up what every trader in the retail trenches already knows. Some firms play dirty. We're talking about payout delays, mid-program rule changes, and customer support that vanishes faster than your profits after a CPI print. Lance and Patak threw a little shade at Apex for dangling flashy promos and promising fast funding. They even acknowledged that the firm has built a reputation for delaying payouts, changing rules without warning, and ghosting traders the moment it's time to pay up. Lance pointed to a now famous case involving Manbeer, a trader who earned a 7-figure payout. Yes, 7 figures, and then got stuck in limbo for months. Not days, not weeks, months. His account was fully verified, the profits were legit, and still, radio silence. It wasn't until FinTwit showed up that Apex finally caved and paid him what he was owed.
Michael Patak didn't flinch. He acknowledged that bad actors exist, and that shady behavior like this is exactly why the industry needs transparency and community pressure. If a firm isn't clear and objective about its rules, its payout structure, and what you can expect before you even open the first chart, that's a massive red flag. According to Patak, a reputable prop firm should be upfront about evaluation criteria, no hidden metrics or moving targets. Never change the rules mid-combine like it's some kind of prop firm Hunger Games. Offer real education and support, not just a flashy dashboard and a sarcastic good luck have fun. And most importantly, the best firms treat their program like a training camp. If there's no coaching, no data feedback, no real accountability, you're not building traders, you're just building churn. And churn, as we all know, pays well in the short run, but destroys trust in the long run.
So, what actually makes a trader succeed? According to Patak, it's not the indicators, it's not the setup, and it's definitely not the risk calculator you downloaded last night. The most successful traders have the following: patience and an understanding that they don't need to make it overnight. Emotional discipline, they shut down after a win or a loss. Risk management baked into every decision. A steady base hit mindset. No YOLOs, no martingales, just small wins that add up. Top performers usually maintain a 2-to-1 reward-to-risk ratio and win about 40 to 50% of their trades. They're not trying to be heroes. They're trying to be consistent. And strategy? It varies wildly. Some scalp the NQ for minutes. Others hold trades for hours. The only constant is that they've put in the screen time and know how to avoid blowing themselves up when things go sideways.
Lance brought up an uncomfortable but real question. When should someone hang it up? How many losses is too many? Topstep doesn't tell people to quit. Instead, they limit resets, offer free coaching, and try to slow traders down, because fast failure is the enemy of progress. If someone spends $50 a month for 10 months and walks away with hard-earned experience instead of a negative $10,000 brokerage statement, that's still a win. As Patak put it, I'd rather you fail slowly and safely than quickly and catastrophically, which honestly should be the industry's new tagline. Lance, to his credit, acknowledged that his original view, just don't gamble, doesn't really address the reality most aspiring traders face. Many people don't have access to traditional trading jobs. They don't have capital, mentorship, or even a college degree. Some are from developing countries. Some are rebuilding their lives after prison. And yet these are the people finding success through funded trading programs. Patak told the story of a trader in Kenya who pulled a $12,000 payout, life-changing money in a country where $16 a day is a full-time wage. For him, funded trading wasn't a side hustle. It was a path out.
In the end, Patak didn't try to oversell Topstep. He just painted the picture of a safer, more structured way to learn the hardest game in the world. A chance to trade without torching your savings. A chance to maybe make it if you're disciplined, humble, and a little bit lucky. He pointed to feel-good stories. Traders paying off debt, taking family vacations, even buying their first minivan. And sure, that's heartwarming. But here's where things get a little hinky. Throughout the interview, there's a constant undercurrent of hope. This idea that everyone deserves a shot at trading. That if you didn't have prop firms, you'd just blow your entire account going live. So Patak wants you to believe that Topstep, in a way, is saving people from themselves. And that's where Lance originally drew the line. His gut instinct was most people shouldn't be trading at all, because even with prop firms acting as training wheels, the vast majority of people still don't make it.
Topstep's own stats quietly prove it. 1 out of every 100 traders who sign up ends up pulling money out of the system regularly. 1%. So if this is the safer structured method, why are the results still so bleak? And what does that say about the effectiveness of the educational tools these firms provide? We've had Topstep since 2009. That's a decade and a half to build a legacy. And yet, Michael Patak admits Topstep has never paid out $1 million to a single trader. That's not just a statistic, it's a statement. In a space where 7-figure payouts are often dangled like candy, Topstep, the firm that invented the SIM-to-funded model, still hasn't had that big home run yet. Just base hits like a vacation or minivan. So while the video sells a narrative of opportunity, the numbers whisper a different message. Sorry, Mikey P, the math just ain't mathin'.
And here's the obvious missed opportunity no one in the room wanted to say out loud. If prop firms are really the best gateway for traders, why not have Lance trade a combine on Topstep TV? Think about it. The guy's a verified multimillionaire trader with Wall Street pedigree and real P&L receipts. If he passed a Topstep combine live on camera, that would be the ultimate endorsement. You couldn't script better marketing. It would be prop firm gold. But what if he didn't pass? What if a seasoned pro, someone who's beaten the game at the highest levels, got clipped by a daily loss limit, hit max drawdown, or failed to meet some arbitrary rule about trading frequency? How would that look? Not just for Topstep, but for the entire prop firm model. So congrats, Mr. Patak. You convinced Lance to say prop firms are a good thing, but next time, try getting him to trade a combine on Topstep TV. Let's see if these rules work the way you say they do, when the stakes and the trader are real. Huge thank you to Michael Patak and Lance B for an excellent interview. And don't forget to catch more great content from Lance over on his YouTube channel, The One Lance B. Always real, always sharp, always worth the watch. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to check out another great video or explore our full playlist for more. Watch time means the world to us, so please share this with your trading buddies. And if you don't have any, just watch it again yourself. Remember, trading is tough enough. We all deserve more laughs. Thanks again, and see you next week.